sun and the sky look the same. Except for the creepy birds that fill it. I've never seen planes like these before. Man, guess it's safe to say I'm in a totally different world.
Never seen outside. It's big.
Hey, Gobkichi, you're not the only one.
Gobkichi?
That's what they named you, isn't it? I'm Gabro.
Gabro?
Yep, that's me, all right. For 3 whole days now, I strategically teamed up with the biggest goblin kid, known as Gobkichi, for one very important reason. Survival.
Oh! Get back here!
You got this, Gobkichi. Got him. You chase and I catch. Not a bad system we've got. Hey!
Are you seriously about to get into it without me? We both got it!
After explaining common courtesy and our partnership to Gobkichi, I took a closer look at the horned rabbit to see if that horn could be made into a weapon. What did I just see? Fine. You're really impatient, you know that?
Thanks, Gabro. I'm so good.
Seems like you should eat it or cry, or both. This horn is the stuff of legend. Thank you. There it goes again.
What goes?
The wind. Come on, let's eat.
Escape.
Well, that explains it. Absorption. That's the name of the extremely rare ESP ability I was born with in my old world. It was incredible. If I needed a certain trait to battle or survive, all I had to do was consume something that possessed those traits. Iron, gold, poison, whatever I wanted. It wasn't the only ability I had, but unfortunately it seems like any of the others have been reset in this life.
You got it. Wow.
I'm not about to complain. I feel very lucky that this one carried over. Why don't you give it a try, Gobkichi? There's one thing I've learned about this world. There are always more monsters lurking, with incredible and unpredictable powers.
Whoa! Horned rabbits? And you've both been eating them? Amazing!
You're amazed by what we're eating? Okay.
I'm Gobby. And yeah, horned rabbits? Just the other day someone was stabbed to death by one of those. You're Gabro, right? You're the most amazing one here. I knew how cool and smart you were, but you're also super strong.
Am I? Oh, all right.
How about me?
Average.
Oh,
I'm killing it. Got me, was it? Do you want to go hunting with us tomorrow and see us in action?
I do!
Unfortunately, it ended up raining. We postponed our hunt with Got Me until tomorrow. So today, I'm going to take a look at what we have in storage. There's got to be something I can make a weapon out of. This became one of the times I can say I was dead wrong. I also found a group of human women being held captive, and I'm pretty sure I can guess what for. But I really don't want to think about that.
Such determination in your eyes.
This sassy old-timer is Gobji. He took care of me after I reincarnated and belched up something like Gabro for my name. He's the elder of this cave.
You know something, Gabro? I think you'll level up faster than expected.
Levels?
If you go like this, you should be able to see it.
Level 86.
What?
Once you reach level 100, you'll be able to evolve into a more advanced life form. You'll need a stroke of luck to be the one goblin out of dozens to do it, though.
That's because goblins age so rapidly. I'm looking at a 20-something-year-old geezer.
The youngsters from the village should be returning soon enough. Stick around and you'll get a good look at what an evolved hobgoblin looks like. It's always so amusing to see what sort of prey they dragged in here.
Nice one, got me! Got me became our backup. I battle at mid-range. And then we had Gabkichi as our forward. A 3-goblin formation, and it worked like a charm.
Yum, this is so good. Nice catch.
All I've had to eat out here is fruit. Until now.
Thermography. Venom. Venom resistance. Search. Evil eye.
You hear that? Apparently killing and eating this snake was a pretty advanced move.
What do you mean by that?
Are you gonna eat the head? Can I have it?
No, neither of you can. It's poisonous. It would kill you instantly. Even if I'm a freaky-looking green dude now, I got a second chance. And in this world, I'm going to survive. Day 9 and 10 were nothing exciting. We prepped our gear and went hunting as usual. But on the 11th day, we got curious and decided to do some spelunking.
What the hell? That's friggin' fast! Gubby, hurry and run ahead!
On it!
John Casey, get the shield! Got it! Evil eye! Now! That was an amazing hunt. Good job.
Right. These actually aren't that bad.
Echolocation. Vamphilia.
You heard that right. Eating those bad things gave me a whole new set of abilities.
The eyes are decent. Try it.
And then, late one night, it happened. Having my search ability constantly active finally came in handy.
No. Need another.
Looks like we've got 6 of you.
What's happening?
Oh, I was kind of in a rush. I must have failed to adjust my venom skill correctly. Sorry about that. So, I guess it's time to teach you a lesson.
It's okay, Gummy. You can stop. I'm not hurt. Let him go.
All right, I'll take you from here. I was still trying to shake off the stress from being attacked by jealous goblins the night before when we stumbled into an orc. Not bad for a first kill of the day.
Libido. Orc language. Detect, analyze.
I've got an idea. Have you guys had enough to eat?
Oh, yeah, sure.
How about we take the rest back? Here you go. Have at it.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I wouldn't have carried it here if I wasn't.
Wow. Thank you. Much appreciated.
This wasn't anything I would have done in my old world. I've never been a help the helpless kind of guy. A lot of things are different this time around, and it's more than my new look. Feels like my mind has been revamped as well. What? Not right now. Please, just let me sleep. I vaguely remember seeing a bunch of writing, but I didn't have the energy to read it. I saw yes or no and picked yes, and then I fell back asleep.
Gobkichi? Then this is Gobro? Wow, really? You both look a lot cooler and bigger. So fun!
Huh? Does this mean both of you have raked up already? I don't see how that's possible or fair. It hasn't even been a month since you two were born.
Huh.
Gobro,
What's up?
look at all of my muscles. I want to see how much stronger I am now.
Are you ready to go hunting then?
Nope. I want to test my strength on you.
You're too slow. Sorry about that. You okay?
Wow, Gobro, you're strong.
But in terms of raw power, you've got the edge.
You think so?
I know it.
What is it?
We've got trouble heading our way. Got me. You behind that tree?
How did you know that?
Lucky guess. You remember that crossbow we made the other day? I need you to go grab it. Now there's a perfect target for wanting to see what our evolved forms can do. It's our move, Gobkichi! Right! I used my venom ability on Gobby's arrows, and it looks like that was exactly the right call. With their leader incapacitated, the pack of black wolves was lost. It was easy to take out the rest of them while they were helpless and confused. I bet this was the pack leader.
Wild hunt. Hide armor. Order.
That sounds like a military skill. No need to thank us. Just catch and share the same amount going forward. Easy enough.
Catch the same amount?
How do you expect us to manage that?
What's wrong? Don't want it?
Please, sir, teach us. Show us how to kill and we'll be sure to pay it back.
Unbelievable. If you really don't know how to hunt, then I will teach you. And if you don't have any weapons, I'll show you how to make them.
Thank you so much.
You're a lifesaver.
Come on, get up. Don't be dumb. I'm on your side. Aren't we a team?
Thank you, Gobro! Gobro's the best! Thank you. You have my endless gratitude.
Such a huge help.
I can't tell if this is the effect of the new order ability I received, or something completely unrelated. But in that moment, I felt like I was seeing my future. The path I was meant to take in this world was manifesting right in front of me. I need to hunt and eat and keep getting stronger. Become the perfect leader for my new family. And then... Gobji, wake up.
What is it?
Something awful has happened.
Unbelievable. Why would they do such a terrible thing?
If I had to guess, I'd say they lost all hope. So they took poison and passed peacefully in their sleep. Gobji and I gave them a memorial. Let's go, Gabe! We're falling behind!
There's not much more I can do!
A few days had gone by. Since I'd evolved, I decided to train the other goblins for my generation. I also worked on my own strength, consuming any enemies that looked promising and might have new abilities to offer.
I think someone's coming.
Right. They look like goblins, but you never know.
Stop! Wait! Gobro, please! They come in peace. There are raiders.
There are what?
Basically, they're the fathers of your generation. So wonderful to have you back with us, Hopkins. And with quite a promising haul, I must say.
What the? They got more humans.
Oh, look how fresh and lively. You know, the last batch you brought us is no more, so this is beautiful timing indeed.
Goblin DNA is so strong that if they mate with other species, the result will still be goblin children. I get that survival of any species depends on reproduction, but it still disturbs the crap out of me knowing what that entails. I was thinking you might need some help. What if I look after these captives for you?
What did you say? Who the hell are you? Stupid newborn pop! Just leave it!
What's going on and why can't they just work it out? I would love it if we could avoid getting dragged into a civil war if at all possible.
Seriously, wars are so
Who are these two?
The one on the left is Hapsato. The mage next to her is Hapsi.
What we're gonna do is let the leaders of our respective generations fight. Whoever wins will decide what action the village will take going forward. And of course, there will be no weapons allowed.
Fine by me. I think this little punk needs to be taught a lesson.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
It's settled then.
What the hell is all this string?
Looks like the lesson's been taught. That was easy.
That was a violation. You were told not to use any weapons.
I wouldn't exactly call it a weapon. My body makes it naturally, so it's a little more like spit. Getting the ability to produce this silk made digesting that spider demon worth every second.
I gotta admit, I'm impressed.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to believe someone like that was born while we were away from the village. How did we not know?
Well, all right then. I guess that makes me the official leader, unless anyone objects.
Fine, we get it.
I've spoken to the others and let them know that they're not to lay a hand on you. Obviously, you have the same guarantee from me, and I'll make sure you're well looked after. And someday, we'll get you back to a human village.
Excuse me. Can you tell us what we're expected to do and why we're all here?
If I were to be completely honest, I'd say it wasn't all about selflessness. Truth be told, no special reason. All I want is to share your knowledge as a human. It turns out they were working with a traveling business, and they were violently attacked by the older goblins. All of the men in the group were slaughtered, and these 5 were the only survivors.
Good morning.
Good morning. I think it's less that they've gotten over it, and more like they realize a positive attitude will make things easier. I tried cooking for them using the ingredients and utensils I found stashed among the plunder. Of course, food is necessary to survive, but sharing a tasty meal can also be a source of comfort, which tends to calm harsh emotions. Humans don't evolve physically the way we do. Instead, they take on jobs according to their skills. For example, that bubbly one. She's an appraiser and a smith. 2 sisters are cooks and tailors. And the one in glasses is supposedly an alchemist. Then there's that feisty redhead who said good morning to me. I think she's some kind of rookie warrior. Not that she's any help to me right now. I'm gonna have her join us for training later.
I don't care what age you are. This is now a meritocracy. I can't keep up. What's wrong? Don't tell me you survived this long on pure luck. Say what? You little shit! That hurt. Damn.
For the next few days, I decided not to hunt and focus on training. They needed rules, and I needed to teach them. It was a rainy day, and Gobkichi and I were doing some serious sparring.
Really? Is that all you've got? Have you had enough? Not yet. You're still standing. That sounds like a threat. Bring it on!
And then, sometime after nightfall...
Are you sure about this? There are 5 fresh pieces, and we're just supposed to stand back and let them go to waste. They're fast asleep.
That's right, and you should be too. I could have sworn I told you to keep your damn hands off them.
That's because you just don't get it. You've never had one, have you?
I'm sorry for the rude awakening.
What's going on?
Perfect timing. Gobkichi, why don't you drag these guys outside?
Sure, you got it.
Gobmi, go wake the others and have them gather around. It seems like they need to see how serious I am to believe it.
Rules are rules. They're not to be broken. Do we all understand them? Great, you're dismissed.
I stopped just short of killing Hopkin and left him to suffer the pain that lingered from his punishment. Death came as a mercy in the morning.
Those scales are strong. Gobkichi, right!
The Trihorn horse. That one was tough to take down, but it was worth it.
Scale drive. Scaled horse's cry. Quick healing.
All of those?
Kick proficiency.
Hell yeah.
Pierce proficiency up. Triple thrust.
Triple thrust. I don't know how, but a single strike results in 3 blows. A gift from the Trihorn horse. Guess that goes to show how dangerous that scaly monster really was. I figured she was still shaken from the night before, and so I ended up comforting the feisty red-haired girl. When I woke up, I noticed Gobmi had climbed into my bed on the opposite side. My arms were aching for quite a while from the weight of both of them. Is that Gabe?
Yeah, what a shock, am I right?
It made sense. Gabe had been working hard and carrying our gear lately, so at some point she evolved into a hobgoblin as well. The training's been going great. Gobkichi's now the captain of our armored fighters. We've got Gobmi running the ranged unit. Hapsato handles the mobility-oriented, lightly armored force. Gabe has taken over rear support, which mostly consists of doing chores. And who could forget about the village's only mage? Hapse would be the perfect captain of our magic force. But for now, she's an army of one. That day, I decided to leave the training to the captains. I went deeper into the woods, hoping to find new and exciting prey to hunt. Well, it's worth a shot. Phase 1, Demise Magic. Gidirk. That was the first time I'd used attack magic, and I may have gotten a little cocky afterward. I continued further north into the forest. I've been walking for a long time now. That's when I remembered the warning Gabji had given us.
Now listen up, children. Do not, and I mean never, ever enter the northern woods for any reason. For within them lives a massive crimson creature known as the Red Bear, and it will surely kill you.
Oh, right. These must be the deep northern woods he was talking about. A Trihorn horse's armor is so difficult for us to pierce, and yet... Is that it? The Red Bear? Any rational being probably would have seen that beast and started running. But this is me. I found myself excitedly creating a plan to take it down. I wanted to destroy it, and then I wanted to eat it. I could feel my instincts urging me on. Let's go. Phase 1, Demise Magic Gidirk. I will not ignore it. I've got everything I need right here. This is the end!
What's going on, Godney? Gabro hasn't come back yet. Now that you mention it, I haven't seen him either. Give me a sec. I'll go ask the others.
No, I haven't seen him. But then again, I've been training all day.
Oh, I'm not sure. But Gabro's super strong, so he's probably fine.
I don't know. I've been here studying my magic spells.
No one's seen him. Okay, thanks anyway.
Seriously? He just sacrificed his arm to defend against that spell. Talk about some sharp instincts. Look at those claws. I don't think even refined skill armor could possibly help me here. In that case... It's even tougher than I imagined. How about this? That must have been 2,000 degrees. A fire-breathing bear. I've never seen or heard of anything like that in my past life. This is nuts. I'm gonna have to take some damage to get this done. Let's go. Come on, let's see that fire. I know you're strong on the outside. What's it like inside your mouth?
this round. My blade's still lodged inside his mouth. At least he won't be able to breathe fire again. Damn, that thing can roar. I've no doubt it's effective. I'm sure most beings would freeze or run. It's not gonna collapse anytime soon. But if I take one more attack, that could be it for me. I'm at a huge disadvantage here. And that's exactly what'll make this meal taste even better! I'm hungry. Oh yeah. I'm gonna eat you! You're mine! I won. I guess.
Heavy damage. Overpowering strength.
I was about to fade out, but before I did, I selected yes. I'm so freaking hungry.
Howl of the Mountain Lord. Threatening glint. All tolerance.
Oh, right. I should probably take its pelt. Wait, was this knife always so tiny? It looks like I've evolved into an ogre now.
Hurry, run for cover! Before he gets us!
Hey guys,
He's smiling at us? How's Gombro gone at a time like this?
Wait! It's Gobro!
yeah, I'm back, so I guess...
Where the hell have you been, you jerk? Do you have any idea how worried I was?
I was a jerk, I'm so sorry.
And what did you do to your left arm?
I hope one day I can be as strong as you.
I seriously can't believe it. I mean, everything we've been told says the Crimson Bear is able to kill and eat ogres.
It's been a month since your birth and you've evolved into an ogre. And defeated the beast of the Northern Woods.
Godmeat chewed me out for quite a while after that. And then, of course, the others had questions. As for me, I was grateful to have made it home. This home I built in my second life. A new beginning.
Well, look at you. In the months since you were born, you've managed to defeat the Master of the Northern Woods, as well as evolve into an ogre.
The conversation finally wound down, but their interest didn't. Have I become a mother duck? Why are they following me? Well, before I do anything else, I need to find some new clothes. I deserve that. The fact that looking at me made them shriek in terror was a little rough, but eventually they realized who I am, so we're fine for now. As for this odd annoyance, I don't know. Not really sure what to do about Godby pinching my leg.
Oh, wow. Looks like you've gotten a lot of use out of this. Guess I better fix it up. By the way, I used a real spirit stone to make a knife earlier. You should check it out.
That's something I'd like to see. Thanks, I'm in.
I can't wait to see what you think.
I love it when girls giggle like that when I pat them on the head. I don't get it. Why are they pinching me even harder now?
To be honest, it is pretty difficult with just the two of us. But I doubt I'm the only one who would appreciate the extra help.
I can think of at least 3 lady goblins who would love that idea.
Yes, that'd be a huge help.
Now that's fascinating. Goblins are actually their natural enemies. They were until we all lived together. I admire their resilience and willing adaptability. I was thinking that the two of you would make wonderful wives. So, would you be interested?
Oh, come on. You're such a flatterer.
The way they smile and blush when I tease them like this is so adorable. Unlike the one hitting me with her stick. As for the alchemist, she returned to her potion crafting.
How can I help you?
Isn't this something bad?
I'm impressed you noticed. Yes, it's poison.
And how are you planning to use it?
I actually made it for protection. However, I know now that I don't have to be afraid, that there are goblins like you that I can trust. I won't need to use it on your food after all.
And really, as plans go, it wasn't the best.
I didn't know what else to do, and I'm not sure anything would work now that you're this strong.
You say that as if it's something that can be helped.
Oh, stop it. You're silly.
That shy smile from someone so stoic gets me every time. Oh. I'm sensing Claire's finger in an irrational intent to kill. That wasn't easy. Their emotions were kinda all over the place. I managed to cheer them up, but it left me mentally exhausted. And to make matters worse, the next day I learned that my afternoon sparring sessions weren't going to work anymore. Mainly because if I strike a regular goblin even gently, they're suddenly on the verge of death. And Gabkichi's armor couldn't hold up, so we just called it off. Sorry about that. Looks like we almost got you killed today. Gabkichi, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I need to go hunt.
It sure doesn't look like he's doing fine. Meanwhile, Gabi and Hapsada were getting along, and were out hunting together. Gabi was mining spirit stone, which has become a favorite hobby, while the feisty red-haired girl focused on her personal training. And as for me, well...
I see that having your left arm eaten hasn't succeeded in slowing you down at all.
You'd be surprised what we get used to. Actually, I ate a slime earlier. I'm curious. You think Gabkichi will be okay?
I don't know. It depends on how he reacts, to be honest.
So I guess we just have to wait and see, right? When do you think you'll be giving me my book back? Are you serious? I haven't finished reading it yet.
Stop it.
Looks like those two are having a good
Come
time.
on, I'd
In the end, it was actually pretty nice to have a peaceful day for once. After the morning training was over, I was minding my own business and having a little lunch.
Gobro! We need your help! I'm completely lost! I don't know what to do! Please help me!
She was carrying a carbuncle that was covered in blood. The first thing I tried to do was heal her.
I was just digging through some walls and she fell out!
She's lost a lot of blood. I'm gonna go and see if the alchemist can give us anything to help. Look, she's waking up.
Where am I? And who are all of you? She's
After we
okay.
explained the situation, the carbuncle started opening up.
I am sincerely grateful to you for taking me in even though we don't know one another. My name is Returner. I'm honored to meet you. I was attacked by some vicious humans not long before you found me.
Apparently, the gem on a carbuncle's forehead is worth quite a fortune, to the tune of a life-changing billion in gold. This smells like trouble. That kind of money is enough to make anyone a tempting target for thieves.
I realize how boorish it is to ask this of you. I'm way too weak at this point to fight off those adventurers on my own. And I don't think I have much time left. I beg you, please lend me some of your
It
strength.
turns out,
I'll be
Returner is
forever
actually an artificial carbuncle. She was created a long time ago by a legendary mage named Velvet, and was the guardian of her master's old treasury. When she was attacked by those humans, the core that keeps her alive was damaged pretty badly, and that means she may not live much longer. Apparently, the hidden treasury is filled with all sorts of legendary items that Velvet spent his lifetime collecting and storing away.
My master disliked humans. I know he would rather leave his legacy to all of you than to have it fall into their hands. I will gladly surrender the contents of the treasury to you. Gobro, what do you want to do?
Have the others come this way. Well, that settles it. Let's take a trip to the treasury today as a little group adventure. Hey, Miss Smith, do you have the knife you made? The one you told me about?
Oh, are you referring to the Spirit Stone knife?
This should be a lot more intimidating than wandering around empty-handed. I'm hoping it'll prove to be a good deterrent. Oh, don't look at me like that. I'm not planning to kill any of these humans. I promise I only want to chase them away. I'll try to reason with them first, but if that doesn't work, I'll have to resort to more familiar methods.
Okay, be careful.
So off we went through the giant hole that Gabe accidentally created. We were on the path to find Velvet's hidden treasury.
Wow, when you said hole, you meant the whole wall.
I swear it was an accident.
Hoping I might be able to negotiate, I asked Gob Kichi and the others to hide. Then I began looking for these greedy adventurers.
Where the hell are we? And why is there a variant ogre down here?
This is gonna be a pain.
I'm actually not a variant, but an individual rare species.
Let's just get rid of him. Taking the treasure from that little one is our priority right now. I think he saw me!
An assassin's presence concealment doesn't work on him?
Listen, gentlemen. You've just barged into someone else's home, and now you're looking for the inhabitants so you can kill them, only to rummage through their belongings until you find their treasures. It sounds to me like a case of attempted murder and flat-out robbery. And to make things worse, you don't even seem to realize that what you're doing is wrong.
Damn it! Why are we even listening to what some ogre thinks as if he's important?
I'd say that's where you guys got lucky. I was trying to inspire you to do the right thing and go.
Yeah, right. Shut up, beast!
I tried. If you turn back now, I'll let you leave here alive. Up to you. Interesting. The three in the back are packing some high-quality magic items. But overall, their fighting skills are pathetic. They're depending so much on boosting themselves with levels and job tweaks that they haven't put in the effort to work on their fundamentals. Which explains the use of these simplistic attack moves.
There! Now we'll finally quit mouthing off. Serves that monster right.
Clearly, reason and patience were not the methods to use with these fools.
What just happened? That was a spell! He just used third-level magic to shield himself!
Sorry about that. I hate that it's come to this, but my patience has run out. Oh, I wish I could say I'm sorry it has to be this way, but you're gonna regret not being reasonable. After stripping the adventurers of everything they had, we split their belongings.
Assassin, Crusader, Guardian, High Wizard, Priest, Enchanter.
If I had to guess, I'd say they were pretty high-level adventurers for humans. Their gear appeared to be of high quality, so I decided to eat all of it.
Status concealment. Item box.
I was pretty happy with the magic box that could hold 99 copies of 2,000 different items, even if it was a bit eccentric. Having delivered on our promise, we were led to the treasury in the deepest chamber.
Thank you all so much for helping me. I'm sure my master would also be grateful to you.
And is this Velvet's former body?
Yes, my master was very skilled in communicating with the spirits. And because of that fact, you should be able to recover a wide variety of spirit stones here.
He must have been quite the wizard to accumulate all that.
Oh yes, very much so. But I'm afraid I'm out of time. Now, take care, Cabro. Blessings on you always. We're doing the right thing, aren't we?
We are.
Golden Order.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm just fine. Thanks for worrying about me, Kichi.
Later, we had a moment of silence for Returner. We then split up and collected everything of value. And man, that item box really came in handy. Even after we packed it, there was still room left. I didn't like the idea of leaving the body like that, so I cremated it. Well then, I guess I'll interpret this as him handing off some things he won't be needing anymore.
What happened to your arm?
It can now rotate or transform at will, produce poison and sting. Also, it works just as well, if not better, than a natural arm. After completing Returner's request, we made a decision.
Okay, everybody. We're gonna have a party!
Because there was some good stuff in our loot. And I mean booze.
Ah!
I'm assessing our collection with the blacksmith today. And as one should expect from a legendary mage, most of it was extraordinary.
All right, is everybody here?
I was able to provide new magic items to all 15 hobgoblins. I took Kaziklo Bay, a vermilion spear, along with Solitary Fury, a magic bracelet. When you add my silver arm to the mix, I am now equipped with 3 legendary artifacts. As the name implies, legendary items are awesome. Countries have been known to go to war for them. In the afternoon, we gathered the ingredients for bear stew. Hunting was much easier now that everyone's skills had improved. And that bear stew hit the spot. Absolutely delicious. But I did find it a little concerning that the red-haired girl chose to sit out on the preparation. Today, we're having a series of battles to determine the hobgoblins' ranks. Obviously, I won't be participating. I'm impressed with the way everyone has leveled up. Now that I think about it, maybe we could all form a mercenary company together. Early that morning, I headed into the mountains to see if there was any prey I missed previously. First, I found a golden spider. After prying off its fancy-looking exterior, I devoured the meat within seconds. It was so tasty.
Gold thread. Golden spider shell.
Oh, this one could make me a fashion designer. I found a red deer with antlers that looked like they were carved from rose quartz. I think I'll have to eat another 2 or 3 of them to learn what I need. Before long, I found myself wandering further into the woods. I discovered a massive tree that seemed to sparkle in the sunlight, but I would live to regret my fascination with such beauty. In this part of the world, there are creatures called dryads that live in these trees. According to Gabji, they seduce males of intelligent races and then prey on them to nourish their bodies.
If you ever meet a dryad, you'll meet your death.
Why are you laughing about that?
Yep, there's definitely a reason I'm having this particular flashback.
All right. I didn't want to, but I'm gonna break out an ability I've never used before.
Oh, wow!
Miss Dryad is dogs.
I don't know, be surprised. You're much more than I expected. Come see me again.
Maybe. I'll think about it.
I'll be right here waiting.
I'm not going to give away all the little details, but
That was awesome.
after a short walk, I came across a lake with a waterfall. While washing off the sweat and other things, I found myself surrounded by lizard men.
Aquatic life. Lizard man language.
Silver Orc specialty, Jolt Counter!
I was absolutely invincible today. The next day, we found out that 2 goblins were capable of becoming mages. We transferred them to Hobsay's team immediately.
I'm so excited to finally have some students of my own. I'm going to make sure they learn everything they need to be successful.
For some reason, her smile is seriously creeping me out. Enchanting. The ability to give magic properties to matter. The smith and I were experimenting with it when... Huh? What's wrong? You seem upset.
No, I'm fine.
Hey, good morning. Gobby's in a foul mood for some reason. It bothered me not to know, so I decided to ask around.
I'm sorry, I have no idea.
I bet we could figure it out if we thought about it.
Careful, we wouldn't want you to hurt yourself.
You are cracking me up.
At least the chef sisters were still pleasant.
Your timing is so perfect. We've got some new recipes for you to try.
Those are poisoned.
So, you decided to come to me for advice. For someone who's usually pretty considerate, you can be surprisingly dense at times.
I don't know what you're expecting me to say to that.
I'm gonna give this to you straight. The women out here are very jealous. You had an encounter outside of the village and they can't handle it. You clearly haven't seen a mirror today. Whoever it was left quite a few hickeys on your neck.
Oh. That damn Dryad! She's freaking terrifying!
Well, that solves the mystery. But what am I supposed to do now?
I can understand how they feel. Can't say I don't feel the same.
What the?
This is what I really think about you. What do you have to say about that?
I had no idea she was going to pull a stunt like this. Is she trying to suck up to me for some reason? Though, I can't deny I am pretty flattered, and it would be easy to get carried away by her.
That's very courageous of you, but I'm afraid I cannot allow you two to continue. That is, unless you would like me to join in?
Huh?
Really? I hope you're not trying to leave us out. That's right, it's not fair. We may not have said it, but we all want the same thing.
If it's okay with you, we would appreciate being included in group adventures.
And that's as far as this goes. I'm not gonna elaborate.
Don't even bother, Kichi. He's busy right now.
It was an incredibly passionate and pleasurable night. And if anything happens, I'll take responsibility. My searchability has been improving by the day, and at this point, I can identify races I've seen before and get a pretty clear idea of their strength. Something's coming.
Hey, Gavro! I hear you! I'll be right there!
It's about time. You vile, wretched creatures. Don't you know elves should not be made to wait on your kind? Don't let it happen again.
Okay. I guess I finally have the pleasure of meeting some elves. If they're all as smarmy as him, this is gonna get old real quick.
You filthy savages should be grateful to us. We're offering you the
This smug attitude is partly an act. They're here because they know the humans are about to launch a raid to snatch their treasure. And what they're offering is payment for us to help fend it off. Basically, they want us as a private security force.
Means the village would have enough food to last for months. I think that's very generous.
Maybe so.
Well then, it's settled.
We will not accept it! I don't give a rat's ass about you. If you truly want our help, you owe us complete honesty.
I'll show you.
So we're clear. Unless you want me to remove your head from your shoulders, you will have all your hidden archers lower their bows immediately.
I'm commanding you to lower your weapons at once!
The main reason I'm refusing your offer is because I'm simply not in the mood. But these woods are our home as well. If there really are humans on their way who intend to do us harm, maybe we can work together.
What's happening?
Zinthus. I don't actually know how it works, but it seems like when I stab something with Kazikli Bay, I can produce a limitless number of spears for 100 meters or so in every direction.
That seems like a wasted opportunity to me.
They're not going to be back for a while after a scare like that. At least I hope not. The next day, I went deep into the forest to hunt some gray slimes. I ended up bagging about 20 of them. And of course, I gained new abilities by eating their cores.
Physical attack resistance, auto-replication, fluid regeneration.
Oh, I get it. This is what they mean by auto-replication, huh?
Oh, I can see myself.
So my senses are linked with this handsome fellow's. I know just how we can use that. I had Gobby and the others sew me some special new outfits for everyone, with a little of my blood in the lining. It'll serve as a kind of transmitter in case of emergency. It seems that I was right not to trust those elves. Guess they didn't get the message we don't want them around.
Now then, listen up!
why have you come back here? Tell me!
You made a grave mistake by wounding my pride! After the barbaric lack of respect you showed me, I regret I can only kill you once!
Apologies. We tried to talk him out of this, but he refused to listen to reason.
Well, here's what we're gonna do. First off, consider this idiot leader of yours dead. Everyone else is gonna face off against us in individual battles. You win, you live.
So you'd better fight hard. Show us what you're made of, or pay the price.
Skipping ahead to the end of the story, out of the 23 elves who invaded our turf and fought, 6 were defeated. Incidentally, all the losers were men. My secret strategy was tweaking the matchups, because I didn't want these beautiful lady elves winding up dead. Now that was a nice meal.
Elementaler. Knowledge of archery. Tracking. Hiding.
Okay, for the winners, you need to surrender all your weapons and any magic items, because you're our prisoners now.
You mean even though we won, you're still not gonna let us go?
Are you kidding? You came to our land with every intention to kill us. Did you seriously think we were just gonna let you go home?
I had almost forgotten that elfin ladies were such smoking hot babes. This is gonna be one heck of a night.
No touching without permission, you hear?
Yes, well, you're the boss, so you make the rules. I'll do exactly as you say. I gotta set a good example for all the whippersnappers around here.
Thank you.
Please let me get just a little action. I'm so bent up, I'm about to blow.
Pace yourself, old man. Now, if you were wondering about the method of execution.
No, please don't kill me! Stop! I'm begging you! I don't want to die!
Whoa, is that who I think it is?
That's crazy.
What's up with his face?
Wait a sec, is that him?
Gobkichi, I barely recognized you.
What the hell, man? If you were trying to rank up without telling anyone, I think your secret's out. It seems old Gobkichi has evolved into a special variant. The dark red color is the result of a blessing from the demigod of flame. And the glossy iron-hard skin he's sporting now is supposedly a blessing from the demigod of war. Pretty cool.
Hey, Gabro, you haven't had anybody worth the effort to spar with ever since you turned into an ogre. And I was worried I was never gonna catch up to you. But that's not the case anymore. You and me need to fight again.
All right.
Let's go. Nice shot there, Gobkichi. I ain't done yet.
He'd gotten way stronger, but I still had the edge in combat skills, so I was able to beat him in the end. All that aside, this did prove one thing. Gobkichi really is my #1 rival. Later on that night, when I was exhausted from our sparring match before.
Forgive me. I truly apologize.
That's not Gobji. So who is it?
Please, this gift is the least I can provide you with.
So, what just happened? Are you kidding? I don't understand why you won't just tell me.
You have to see it.
Looks like Gobkichi's been quite the inspiration, because we've now got 4 new hobgoblins.
It took you long enough. I've managed to run aptitude tests on all of them. And I think you'll be quite pleased with the results. One's a mage. And this one's a cleric, which will be extremely helpful.
Hello there, I'm Gobji. I'm eager to put my skills to use and provide healing to all who need it. Big Brother Gabro?
That's certainly a new one. And I gotta say, it sounds kind of weird.
I'm not sure why. We're from the same generation, so that makes us siblings, doesn't it?
Oh, hello, Hapse. I was wondering if you were going to explain what happened with you.
Happy to. I was simply waiting for you to ask.
Apparently, she woke up in the morning to find she'd evolved overnight. Her new classification puts her in the Lord family. Officially, she's a half-spell Lord.
Although, I'm confused about the markings. Lords don't usually have these.
They sort of look like the ones on my body.
Why are you just standing there staring at me like that? I'm overflowing with mana right now. So come on, we should go outside and test my new powers. Bet I'm stronger than you. And there's plenty more where that came from. Honestly, I think I could easily cast that one 20 more times. I'm happy to show you if you don't believe me.
Thanks. It's very nice of you, but I'm feeling convinced. When you've got a half in front of your race name, you're not quite as powerful as you would be otherwise. In Abse's case, she'll probably evolve all the way into a Spell Lord next time. Moving on, here's some new equipment to celebrate your new rank.
Oh, that's not fair. I'm so jealous of you. Don't be. You'll catch up. Just wait. I hope you're right.
Even though time is different here, evolutions seem to be happening with increased frequency. And I have a sneaking suspicion it's because of me. Of course, I'm just speculating, but it seems like the environment that a goblin is in during the first month of its life can have a major effect on how fast they grow. Whatever the reason, many of our people are growing stronger, and that's what matters. Sadly, there were some others who weren't as lucky. Nice work, Gopkichi. It looks like we'll be eating well tonight. What's going on? Where are you guys headed at this hour?
We just can't take it anymore. We've been hanging on, hoping our luck turns around, but all the youngsters are making it too difficult. We can't even get any action. So we've got no other choice but to leave this village. Go ahead, kill us if you want. All I know is that we can't stand another day of this.
Well, that's fine. Just be careful.
You're not gonna try to stop us?
It looks to me like you're all carrying your own gear. You don't owe me anything. But if you're leaving, I guess this could be a last offering. Or maybe a parting gift. This knife is made from a magical metal called mithril, and it's got a good edge.
Come on, let's go. Damn it.
We were out hunting in the woods when we came across an orc dragging its human prey. Unfortunately, the man was already dead. But he seems to have had an interesting ability. The least I could do is use it well. You know, as a sign of respect.
Monster Tamer.
Later that night.
Try not to get too excited. What I've produced has several benefits, and you've wanted it for a while.
Is that what I think it is? No way, Booze! You're brilliant. Thank you so much. So, in short, the goblins from the generation before ours have left the village for good. If anyone wants to join them, you need only raise your hand. I won't stop you, and I'll even provide generous parting gifts. Nobody, huh? Then forget I said it and let's have a toast instead. To the future!
The next few days were uneventful, so I started a new project. Earrings. Ones that would contain my blood and function as communication devices. Both decorative and functional.
Check. We've got cloudy weather today. I repeat, cloudy weather.
Amazing! I really can hear you.
When the initial test proved successful, I got to work making enough for all of us.
Take that!
That was a solid hit!
It was great seeing how much stronger Gabe had gotten. But even though she leveled it, the Trihorn horse was more stunned than injured, which gave me an idea. This was the perfect time to test the ability I got from that human, Monster Tamer.
But what do you think? Looks like we've got our very first familiar.
The Trihorn horse was only the beginning. Before long, we added a gray bear, which proved quite useful. The head of the Black Wolf Pack that helped us chase down became my pet. It also serves as a bodyguard for the human girls. Day 59 of my new life, I was in for a big surprise. The short-haired redhead was a rookie warrior, and had never really come into her own. But suddenly... I guess she's one of those who needs a little pressure to grow. True, I had to arrange for her to take them on one at a time, but bringing down 3 kobolds is still impressive.
Hey, you think I could have some of that?
Sure, why not? It isn't poisonous. Knock yourself out.
Oh?
What's wrong?
Nothing. I do feel kind of strange, though. I'm not sure, but I think I may have just gotten a new job.
Did you see that, Gobro? I've got serious hunting skills now!
Her new job is Noir Soldat, and it does come with some limitations. She needs to eat monsters periodically or she'll die. But if you ask me, that seems like a fair exchange for the abilities it grants.
A few goblins were attacked by humans today and had to run for their lives.
I see. I suppose it's nearly time then.
I'm sorry, time for what?
The war between humans and elves. Kobolds are fleeing, but what are they being chased by? It's too dark. I can't identify them even with Surge.
We'll figure something out with the kobolds once this is over. Don't attack them. Got it.
So, what's after you? Magically animated skeletons, huh?
You're up, Gunme. Shoot those walking corpses.
Got it! No good! It's not working!
There are too many of them. This is gonna get bad fast, Gobro.
The ever-increasing horde of skeletons seems to originate from a single large signal, most likely belonging to whoever or whatever is creating them.
You're charging!
They just keep on coming! Nice try!
Okay, change of plans. Weapons down, everyone. Cutting them won't work. So we're gonna smash them instead. Right! Think of it as a chance to earn experience. Keep smashing skeletons for as long as you can.
Sounds good to begin with.
Leave that to me. Stand clear. It's time to wrap this up. Should take me about 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
3 seconds off. Though to be fair, it did say about. Oh, give it up.
Summon lower undead. High tier equipment materialization. Mana absorption. Low damage reduction. Low magic reduction.
My lord!
My lord, what's with that? The kobolds had accidentally dug their way into Velvet's treasury, which we were familiar with, of course. That disturbance awakened its guardian, a greater skeleton, along with its minions. Desperate to escape the swarm of skeletons and not knowing where else to go, they made a last-ditch run for the nearby cave of a terrifying ogre. So this lord thing, sounds nice and all, but you do realize we've killed plenty of your kind, right?
We're fully aware, my lord. The strong devouring the weak is natural law. We put our lives into your hands knowing that, and we are ready to submit to whatever you decide.
Okay, enough of that. Let's get your wounded seen to first, and then we can talk more.
Yes, sir!
I have no idea how it happened, but I seem to have gathered quite an interesting crowd. It was the first time I'd been hunting with Gab-Kichi in quite a while. Along the way, we caught sight of 12 armed human soldiers. Looks like we'll be taking a different path.
Let's go, right?
We followed them until they stopped on the side of the road, careful to conceal themselves. After a little bit of eavesdropping, we figured out their plans. They'd come to kidnap the daughter of the elvish chieftain. She'd be taking this route on her way home from a festival. The reason they know this is because someone among the elves tipped them off. She'll arrive 2 hours after sunset. There. That's the chief's daughter? Elves are attractive as a general rule, but this one's above and beyond. Jeez. I can't leave now or I'd be abandoning her. You got that? They look heavy.
It's no problem. Let's do this.
We'll just have to pray the others rest in peace. So yeah, about those 12 humans we took prisoner.
Okay, I'll talk.
Turns out the rest of their army will be making a move within 20 days. I figured I should go ahead and take their abilities. No sense in letting them go to waste. Oh good, you're finally awake. Hey, you've got wings. I haven't seen anything like that on the other elves.
Where in the world am I? What happened to my guards? Did they make it?
Settle down.
Do you intend on robbing me of my chastity?
I'm not even gonna respond to that.
Forgive me for losing my composure.
When the timing was right, I told her how things went down.
No, that's terrible. And you didn't even make an attempt to save the others? What good does it do?
I suppose it's a fair response considering the context.
How could you do that? What a cruel soul you have! You're a big old meanie!
Okay, first of all, don't call me a meanie. And secondly, we don't need to know anything about you and those humans. Honestly, you should worry more about the traitor among the elves. If you've got enough time for a meltdown, perhaps that fury could be used to expose the perpetrator. You should go get some rest. I'll get you home safely tomorrow.
Gabbro, what's this I hear about a fine piece of elf among us? How do you feel about giving me a taste?
Absolutely not, you disgusting perv.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure?
As promised, we set out from the village the next day to take her home. So I'm curious, what's going on with those things that were coming out of your back?
Well, they're wings. And you would only see them on those of us who are high elves. Even that would be rare, as we normally hide them inside our bodies.
High elves. A fitting name for elves that rank up, or elves that can fly.
They're actually not meant to be seen by others, but since I'm still getting used to mine, they've been popping out unexpectedly.
We trekked on, for 3 hours or so. When we finally arrived at the elf village, they were ready. More than 25 of them waited, armed with mithril arrowheads. Ogres like us should be able to survive a couple dozen shots.
Please, don't hurt them! They saved my life and helped me return home to you!
It took a little longer than necessary, but we were eventually allowed to enter the village.
Father! Forgive me if I've worried you.
You don't need to apologize. I'm glad to see you've returned safely. You have my deepest gratitude for courageously rescuing my daughter. I am the chief here. Welcome to our village.
I have to be honest with you, Chief. I didn't save her life purely out of goodwill.
Ah, a reward then. Go. Bring it here.
As you wish, sir.
Now's his chance to show us how much his daughter means to him. This should give me a good idea of what kind of judgment he has, if any.
This is the Fail Knot, a family treasure of ours and a magical item.
But Father!
You've returned home alive and in one piece. That's worth nothing less.
I apologize for testing you. And to make up for it, I have some information that I think you may find useful.
Oh, and what information would that be?
The movements of the human army, for instance.
I believe you and I will quickly become good friends.
As a token of our new friendship, the chief gave us tons of mithril equipment. I, in turn, sealed our deal by providing him with spirit stone knives and magical item shovels.
If you don't mind, I have a question to ask of you.
Sure.
A group of our elite fighters went missing nearly 20 days ago. I wonder if you've heard anything.
Nope, I can't say that I have. Before we left, they had going-away presents for us.
These are medicines and fine liquor made right here, and I hope they will be useful to you.
And if you need our help, give us a call. We'll offer a friend discount. Damn, that's good. How do they make the flavor so rich and crisp like that?
I guess that's another reason to play nice with the elf chieftain. Got me. It's morning time. Rise and shine. Oh. At some point last night, she ranked up into a Dhampir variant. Turns out it wasn't just her. We've got 8 new hobgoblins. Hey, Gobby, don't take those glasses off unless it's around an enemy.
Yeah, I know.
According to her, the god of ice has blessed her with the ability to create and manipulate large amounts of the stuff. Her evil eyes ability can charm enemies into fighting amongst themselves, and the usual weakness she'd have to sunlight is offset by the blessing she's received. Although, her new appearance, it looks familiar to me for some reason.
Is something wrong?
Nah, just dazzled by your charms.
Oh, you. Hi, did you miss me?
Yeah, that's Gabe. She evolved into a half-Earth Lord. Earth Lords can lord over the ground or Earth. She can identify weak points in bedrock geological assessment, and is also able to increase her body strength and detect gems with lightning magic.
Check out my new look, say.
That would be the evolved Hopsado, who is now a half-bloody Lord. Their distinguishing feature is their ability to control blood and make it into weapons. Something isn't adding up, though. The locations and shapes are all different, but they all have tattoos like mine. They believe the tattoos give them power. I hope we figure that one out soon.
Well, would you look at that? It seems you've all evolved again. That's wonderful. I suppose this means I should get to work on your new names, huh? Hopsay will be Spelsay, Gobme will be Nami, Hopsato is now Bloodsucker, and Gabe is now Earthing. Gobkichi will be Ogrekichi.
I guess all that really matters is that we can tell each other apart. This is the basic breakdown of how powerful the different races are. Once their war with the humans begins, the elves will reach out to us for help. The more assets we have, the more tactical options will be at our disposal. That being the case, I gave them all a new set of communication earrings. Except...
It's very kind, but we can't put those on. We know you meant well. It's just that it's forbidden for elves to let their ears be harmed or decorated.
It seems I have no choice. Who knows where they heard that, but I took my time relieving them all of that ridiculous pretense. With the addition of the kobolds and elves who now have earrings, there were more participants than usual in our daily training. Later on, we did some practical combat sparring. The opponents were skeletons I made with the summon lower undead ability I got the other day. They had dark bones instead of bleached ones, and heavy-duty equipment. As a general rule, the more armor a skeleton has, the higher ranked it will be. Although the elves had mithril weapons effective against undead, they lost most of their matches, but they seemed to accept the outcome. I find that building trust the natural way tends to work best. If I use less mana, I'm able to create regular skeletons, zombies, and all kinds of undead. I wanted to know what they tasted like. Turns out, you can't eat ghosts due to their lack of a physical form. The various undead make great opponents for the elves to practice on and gave them plenty of experience. Unfortunately, they purify in just a few dozen seconds of daylight. Sucks not being able to use them during the day. For now, I'm focusing on training the elves and kobolds. After all, this village is currently bursting at the seams with over 100 members, and the kobolds are in a pretty low position. At this rate, things will become hard for them. The only way to get past that is for them to develop their strength.
No rotten meat is the best meat.
Today, I headed out to the caves where the kobolds live. After grabbing their belongings, I let Earthay handle the rest.
Hell yeah!
But they'll make good familiars regardless. We also encountered a stamp boar. Those are said to be as hard as stone.
How am I supposed to stand still after hearing that? I'm so sorry.
Later that evening, we all enjoyed a boar meat stew.
Oh, hell yeah!
Remember the axe that was damaged when I fought the red bear? Well, now I've got a massively upgraded form of it. Actually, Nearly the entire thing had been modified with an impressive blend of spirit stone, iron, and mithril.
I worked very hard on it.
That's obvious, and I'm genuinely impressed. Since when have you been able to make something like this?
I'll be happy to tell you.
Huh? Apparently, she had become so experienced with handling spirit stone that the smith was now an elemental smith. Another day, another kobold hunt. And on this day, I found myself hunting stamp boars. All right, Spill. What did you want to talk about?
Oh, yeah. You have to promise not to laugh, though. The truth is, I've had a crush on Earthay for as long as I can remember. I know this might seem kind of sudden.
It's not. I've assumed that was the case for a while. You've been pretty obvious about it, Okarkichi.
Me? Obvious?
Yep.
She's always been cute, but ever since she turned all half-Earth Lord, she's gotten even prettier. And seeing her like that, I just can't hold it in anymore. Help me! I have to tell her something, but I don't know what to say!
It's hard not to be touched by how desperate he is.
I'll grow!
Are you ready? Tonight's the moment of truth.
What, it is?
You're gonna be just fine. And if not, then at least you don't have to wonder about it anymore. I have faith in you. Let me know how it went tomorrow, all right?
What's this all about, Kichi?
I think you should... I think you should be happy. And we should be happy together.
Wow, I don't know what to say. The truth is...
He did that to me a few times.
It's amazing how much lighter I feel today. I'm also feeling stronger than ever before. And it's all thanks to you, Ogro.
Well, glad I could be there for you. Looks like his confession last night went well. No surprise there. Earthay had actually asked Dami about him yesterday. Then she told me, and I told her, and we were able to set the stage for them. I'm just hoping Okarkichi didn't get too excited and leave poor Earthay hobbled.
Ogro! Are you all done training for today?
Looks like I had nothing to worry about. He's been so strong and full of energy that I had a black skeleton take over.
Guess that's my fault.
After training, the four of us went out hunting. There were a lot of insect monsters I had never seen. Turns out they're great for hard, armored materials.
Smoke, end edge, silent, parasites, jump strikes up, exoskeleton shell, rising battlist hold.
An exoskeleton, huh? Let's try it out. I look like one of those transforming heroes. It's as durable as expected, repairs itself, and disperses impacts. It's a little too conspicuous for my taste, to be honest.
Yeah, I get that, but I think it still looks cool.
Besides, I like the outfit I was wearing before. Grow Elytron gives me the ability to sprout insect wings. It's harder than it seems. Gonna need a little more practice.
Oh, we fell.
But it looked really cool.
After our hunt, I took the stamp boar meat back to camp and we all ate together. I'd say we had a productive day today.
Rampage. Tail attack.
How long has it been since we've seen Morning by sparring with her? After working up a sweat, I headed out to see the blacksmith. She's been spending a lot of time with the elves lately and discussing new weapon ideas with them. I guess I should mention that those two elves are Kiroi and Arue. Mithril has to be turned into an amalgam before reshaping. The spirit stone alloy used in my halberd is crafted in the same way. The smith's currently working on developing a repeating crossbow. I think she's got it down, so I've asked her to go ahead and manufacture it. Could you make me... I also provided her with some new materials.
I'll get started on that right away. Thanks.
That evening, I helped out our chef sisters.
Someone brought skeleton bones. They've turned out to be very handy. I've created a bone nail, and whoever struck with it will be immediately frozen in place. It's the first thing I've produced since becoming an item creator. What a great feeling. Promise me you'll take good care of it. Just pretend it's me, okay? You claim as a friend and ally.
They passed by their old comrades on the way in, but the earrings they were wearing had a disguise effect that made them look like dark elves.
It's about the humans. We've learned that their army is finally advancing on the Kudel Woods. They'll arrive with a large force, one we'll be unable to repel on our own. I've come here hoping to secure your assistance and protection.
Right. So you never found out what happened to your elite force?
Oh, well, no. Actually, we've been told to consider them dead.
I see.
Price is of no concern. Our chief wants the enemy to be eliminated. However, in the event of your retreat, the contract will be considered void.
I humbly accept the job, and I appreciate the advance warning. But you should know we'll be making our own moves. Take this to your chief. It will allow him to communicate with us.
I'll see that it's delivered.
To say, if you want peace, you must prepare for war.
That's so.
Please go and gather the
Mercenary company. Whoa, what does that mean?
To spell it out, it means we're a professional force of fighters.
We sound so cool!
And what'll we be called?
We're Parabellum.
Parabellum mercenaries. Let's prepare for battle. The time has come. Parabellum! Parabellum!
And now, it's time for our
First big mission.
It's about the humans. We've learned that their army is finally advancing on the Kudel Woods. However, in the event of your retreat, the contract will be considered void.
Well, I do appreciate the advance warning, but you should be aware that we'll be making our own moves. And that's how it began. Our first assignment is the mercenary company known as Parabellum. We're a diverse array of 36 members, and with Spellsay's arcane sorcery, our familiars seamlessly integrated into our ranks, raising our number to 73. We deployed at daybreak, ready for anything. We ventured out at the crack of dawn, determined and driven by the intel we gained from the squad I'd sent out in advance, leading us to a nearby human outpost.
These kinds of magical barriers.
Prowess. I summoned a legion of skeletons, commanding them to launch spears upon our enemy. We swiftly decimated the frontline soldiers. I was impressed to find our assault wasn't enough to take them down entirely, though. Interesting. I'm guessing the Lady Knight must be their commander. I suppose I should say hello.
See that dark ogre there? He's the one manipulating this army of undead. We will strike him down as one.
Understood!
A spell to increase her speed. She's got quite a knack for assessing adversaries, and the quality of her mana is commendable. Targeting my heart with her blade, not a bad strategy.
Commander!
Okay, I'm liking what I'm seeing here. I'll go ahead and let you live.
Do not presume to make such claims. Your life is about to become mine, ogre.
I appreciate your confidence. You're not at all what I expected from afar. Fiery.
Silence, beast! If you truly desire me, then prove your worth in battle. Should I be the one to fall, then you may do whatever you wish.
Is that right? The Lady Knight, the Sorcerer, the Priestess, and the Swordswoman with the Flaming Blade might prove to be valuable assets. I'll take them alive. The others, I'll kill each as I see fit.
Come at me at full force if you want to win.
In the ensuing minutes, what transpired resembled less of a clash and more of a slaughter.
Leave it to me, Lady Dummy. I'll erase this vile filth from the face of this land! No! I'll be the one to fulfill Lady Dummy's every desire!
This is the first time I've used these charmed evil eyes. I could get used to this.
All right, show me your best terror. Let's see some real energy.
What the hell is that? She's turned their blood into blades!
This Bloodsucker seems to be having a blast out there. I can't pass up a good time.
Ultimately, we were able to defeat the enemy without suffering a single casualty. However, the Lady Knight's sword did manage to find me. if only for a fleeting moment. While the attack dealt minimal damage, the mere fact that she was able to do it left me genuinely in awe.
Go! Hurry!
I recognize that. Vice Flamen Dragon. I highly doubt even Ogra would be able to endure a direct hit from such a powerful 5th level spell. Especially not with the Lady Knight sacrificing herself to ensure its accuracy.
It's too much! I can't control it anymore! Please forgive me! Sorry to say, but it would seem I won this battle. Although I will not be collecting your life as a trophy.
I see his strategy. He's created a magical barrier using 3rd level demise magic, reinforced by a vacuum shield crafted by Aeromaster, and a triple layered shield of high pressure water produced by Hydro Hand, launched at great speed with back attack. It was no small feat, that much is certain, but he neutralized the dragon.
And so the battle ended in our absolute victory. What's more, taking such skilled combatants as captives is quite an achievement.
No, I can't believe it.
Considering my generosity in sparing their lives, they'll have plenty of motivation to work hard.
All right, everybody, let's get ready to pull out.
Raise Blunt, Quick Mission Control, Heavy Soul Commander, Minstrel Strategist, Lance Slave, Farm Monk, Heavy Blind, Smith with Evasion Up, Wheel Slash, Smith and Green, One Sun Justice, Chainsaw.
Hello. Don't think I've ever seen a ruler act that fast before.
You've shattered the advance of the human army. We are quite thankful to you for safeguarding our village. So we've come here to share some drinks and celebrate with you.
Out of gratitude, huh? Well, all right. I was trying to be polite as I tested our captive's endurance. But it appears humans are more authentic with themselves than elves. That goes for their physiological responses as well.
Don't do this! Don't you realize I'm a noble woman? I cannot engage in such acts before marriage!
Well, I'm an ogre,
Stay
so
back!
I'm pretty sure it doesn't count.
Touch me! Stop! I said stop!
That cry was the first of a wide variety that echoed through the night. With the new earrings in place, they were on information with old Papa Elf as well, as requested.
It weighs on me having to rely on you so heavily. What it does to elvish morale cannot be understated. Therefore, kindly share any insights gained from the captives. We'll use the knowledge to strengthen our defenses. Naturally, you will be compensated. What would you say to another 10 barrels of spirits?
Quite the shrewd business elf, going straight for my weakness. And so, unable to turn away from my vice, I shared the new intel with the head elf.
Hello? Got a good one for you. Found the route the humans' main force will use to advance so we can ambush them.
The humans are trying to take advantage of their superior numbers by closing in from multiple directions. Splitting up your forces isn't always advisable, but considering how narrow the routes through the Kudel Woods are, they weren't left with much of a choice.
You are as gifted as your reputation suggests.
Father, yellow? Is that an incantation?
With that in mind, we positioned ourselves ahead of the main force's route, laying numerous traps before taking cover in a nearby trench. They arrived with a modest 500 steel-clad soldiers, marching in orderly formation and ready for action. Additionally, approximately 100 wizards accompanied the infantry. Had the elves decided to battle, it would have been a daunting challenge. However, we were completely ready, which made the prospect downright enticing.
Look, the road!
Enchanted boulders hurtled towards both the brave fighters and retreating cowards alike. In an instant, the force of 500 was diminished to 300. It was then our elite ranged unit, Regret, unleashed upon them in waves. Those who managed to evade our attacks found themselves falling into pits surrounded by eager goblins. Their numbers quickly dwindled to less than 100, but...
Listen up! Get with the other survivors and build a wall, now! I don't care if you use shields or each other's corpses! I want cover!
The one on the horse seems to know what he's doing. It had turned into a full-blown siege, and we had to alter our approach. Ogre Kichi, I need you to rush the front lines and take the enemy commander hostage.
Got it.
They're coming! Fire! Do not let them get close!
We attacked each enemy with a 3-to-1 advantage, ensuring optimal effectiveness. My only concern was whether Ogre Kichi could fight within limits.
You guys just refuse to play fair now, don't you?
Wanna tell me what's so funny?
Even with Ogre Kichi doing his best not to kill him, I'm impressed that this knight fights so well on his own. He will definitely come in handy.
We finished the job, Ogro, and it was a whole lot of fun. Way to go!
Another solid outcome. Just as before, I submitted a report to old Papa Elf, and we headed home.
Sorcerer, Shielder, Sentinel, Archer, Hunter, Item Creator, Shield Bash, Rogue, Strategy, Knowledge, Defense, Shield Wall, all of Magic Item.
Something about this one reminds me of you.
How? Because he doesn't seem to enjoy dangerous situations that threaten his existence? Huh?
I must say, after that fight, I'm feeling all worked up. I want to have your baby. Please, Ogro.
You know what I hate about requests like that? Absolutely nothing.
What in the world is that Dark Ogre? This is more humiliating than being killed by him. Locking us away as his prisoners.
Shut the hell up. Things could be a lot worse. They're giving us food and a dry place to sleep, aren't they?
I don't expect an insolent commoner like you to understand. What has been done to us nobles is a disgrace that will not go
horror
unpunished.
of it all. If you've still got the energy to whine, then you'll survive.
You will explain to me why humans have chosen to encroach upon Elvish lands. Here's how this mess started. The first princess of Sternbert, a human kingdom, somehow fell ill with a rare disease, one that's fatal in 99% of cases. To make matters so much worse, she's supposed to marry the future emperor of the Kalika Empire. In response, the king issued a decree demanding that a cure be found. And so, the entire kingdom rallied behind the cause. Eventually, they stumbled upon a secret elvish remedy. It was some sort of potion blessed by the demigod of forests. To sum it all up, it was human greed that ignited this war. One thing's for certain, they sure know how to stir up trouble. I know a thing or two about what humans are capable of.
What's going on?
Are you okay, Earthane?
Is it some kind of invasion? I don't know what's happening.
Hey, what's with all the screaming and loud noises in here?
Is that a hot spring?
Sorry for keeping you waiting. It's done. Use it to boost your healing ability or clear any nasty status ailments. As if that isn't enough of a reason to try it, it's a miracle for your skin. This lovely new facility exists only to bring you warmth and relaxation. In short, I give you this, our baths.
What's wrong, Kichi? Do you need help?
You have the most beautiful skin, Dami. I could say the same thing about you, Say.
You have an amazing body, Bloodsato.
And so is yours, Miss Smith. I can't find one single flaw on either of you. That's what I was thinking about you, Miss Alchemist. What about me?
Talk about digging up gold. Earthsay literally discovered a buried treasure. The following day, with certain reservations in mind, I started a fresh round of training, utilizing our human captives. The concept was to enhance their leadership abilities by immersing them in a simulated battle. They'd spar with real soldiers. It was to be a hands-on opportunity to refine their skills.
All archers, focus your attacks on the rear line spear troops. Defensive troops, you may now deploy to the center.
They issued commands to the appropriately outfitted soldiers. The winner takes down their opponent. I observed from the sidelines as a judge.
Okay, that's it, you're dead. Clear out!
Dami and Spellshay are looking like strong competitors, but Ogre Kichi and Bloodsato couldn't produce any wins.
Kichi, are you gonna be okay?
We're starting to see a distinction between the muscleheads and the rest.
I don't understand why goblins of all creatures are practicing military maneuvers. They have to be plotting something disturbing.
Appreciation for the Steel Knight.
What are you doing to me?
Evening the odds. Otherwise it'd be too easy to smash you to pieces.
Come on. He really wanted to spar with a rare species ogre without any weapons.
Hey, well, I want to fight with him too, Ogro!
Competition can be productive. I think our new friend's fighting spirit lit a fire under Ogre Kichi as well.
He's got some great skills!
I think it might be a waste to keep holding him as a prisoner. Yeah, I agree.
If you like the new boy, then can we please take Ogro?
It's not a big deal. The region I'm from has a lot of demi-humans. You know, I think that's kind of why it's easier for me to talk to your kind than nobles. I don't know what their problem is.
How interesting.
By all means, take as much as you like.
Look at this place. You got demi-humans, beastmen, and humans all hanging out together. It's obvious how much work you've put in to bring them together. Who knows? This could be a trick by the god of fate. But I'm done. I'm through serving the kingdom. I want to work for you now, Ogro.
What can I say? I'm completely helpless when people give me their vulnerable, needful eyes. Besides, if they're talented, I'm much better off putting them to work.
He will be your master starting today. The goal is to hone your skills in the various kinds of unique human combat, known as the arts.
We've still got plenty of room in our place, but these guys aren't improving at all. I can't keep them around. They'd only get in my way, I'm afraid.
Then we'll take them off your hands.
One other thing. Is there any information you're able to share with me about this medicine that the humans are after?
Oh, that. It's what I gave to you before.
You never told me the exact name. I understand that it's more potent than I knew and can cure just about any illness. I want to know why you gave me something so precious.
The truth is, our laws strictly forbid us from sharing it with humans, but they say nothing about sharing it with an ogre who saved my daughter. It's as simple as that.
Quick regeneration. Blood of Panacea.
Blood of who? What'd she say?
Whoa, what's going on? My injuries are healed, and my back pain is gone too.
What the hell? This is scary. If one single drop of blood did that, what would happen with more? What have I done? Who am I? Have I suddenly ascended to a level of power that is truly unfathomable?
Ngày tháng ấy khi đôi ta còn bên nhau, nhưng giờ đây em đã xa rồi. Tạm biệt tình yêu, tạm biệt những ước mơ. Đã đến lúc ta phải buông tay, những gì từng thuộc về đôi ta giờ đã xa vời. Em hãy đi tìm hạnh phúc mới, anh sẽ ở lại với những ký ức xưa, những ước mơ chúng ta từng vẽ.
A few days after our second clash with the human army, we were ready to begin our third assault. I started off with a snipe attack. Even from 300 yards, my spear went straight through.
What's going on here?
And from that one sprang Xerxes, a seemingly limitless number of spikes extending up to 100 meters from the point of impact. After that first decisive strike, the next day, we paid a visit to the elves.
Those are humans, aren't they? I wonder what they're doing here.
I
felt a little on display just now.
I know what you mean. Should we even be here?
Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Papa Elf isn't rude like the rest of them.
Pardon the wait, Lord Ogro. It's good to see you. As a result of your assistance, the human army's power has significantly waned. That being said, there's nothing to be gained from drawing out this conflict further.
And?
We could end this with one final battle, but only if we send out our elite force to do the job, which means that we'll need to request your help once again.
As long as you're paying, we'll do what you ask. Once I agreed, the chief and I went over the finer points of our strategy. Then, while heading back to the village.
Ogro, I have a request of you.
Right now? What is it?
First, I'd like to swear my fealty to you. But please allow me to fulfill my duty as a knight of the kingdom. As you know, our princess is suffering from a grave illness. Would you be willing to share the secret elvish medicine for her sake?
Having the kingdom in my debt could mean backup or aid in case of emergency. However, there is one issue. There are 5 great gods worshipped in this world. Because their blessings are incredibly powerful, they tend to be a constant source of various religious conflicts. And I just so happen to possess the blessing of the god of demise and origin. Meaning, if I were to provide that medicine to thieves.
They're an elite fighting force, 8 of them, all blessed by the gods, collectively known as the Rugald Orden, the kingdom's most powerful squad.
Of course, they're each extremely tough on their own. But they also have the ability to empower allies fighting on their side.
Is that so?
With a force that size, this could be a real problem.
I'm actually looking forward to it. Can't wait to find out how they taste.
Okay, it's time to begin phase 1.
I'm a little worried about the skeletons. Should we be bringing them out this close to dawn?
Yeah, I made some adjustments with this particular battle in mind. What I need from you guys is to wipe out all the perimeter troops.
Got it. Sounds good.
And you?
The skeletons and I are headed straight for the center of their camp.
Skeletons! Take them down, men! All right! They don't stand a chance at getting away!
I created some replicants and reduced them to slime form. Then I used that as a protective coat for the skeletons. I want all black skeletons still standing to provide support to our troops in the rear. I'll stay and deal with these pests. Once the central camp falls, the enemy's command structure will crumble to pieces.
Oh, I can't believe it! You're really forcing me to get in the middle of a stupid little skirmish like this?
Fortunately, the fact is, we're simply not as powerful as you are, sir.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, this looks pretty interesting.
What's that stuff coming from the ground? Like it's pulling in the water and blood.
That ought to do it. I really worked up an appetite.
Well, hello there, Mr. Ogre. Having a little snack, are you? If you're not too busy.